Hello everybody, Disciple here with Overwatch Curios. Now if there's one thing that players get excited for as much or more than new heroes, it's gotta be new maps. There's nothing quite like the fun and excitement of loading up a custom game with a brand new map and exploring solo or with your friends. Finding all the awesome visuals, hiding places, alternate paths, and planning out how you'll play it through the first time. I know that I love making videos about new maps, and we just had a few new maps leaked, so I thought it'd be fun to take a look at some of the best new fan-made maps that I think would be awesome if they were in the game. These maps contain awesome visuals, slick layouts and planning, as well as an atmosphere that could fit in well within the universe of Overwatch. So let's check them out. ChrisTheJam brings us a real masterpiece with some serious attitude and atmosphere. Smugglers Cove brings the world of techno-armed pirates and thieves right into Overwatch, with what looks to be a hidden coastal mountain stronghold in a tropical region of the world, perhaps South America. Now, you guys probably know by now how much I want a South American map since we still don't have one, and Dorado is the closest that we get, which is in North America still. Anyway, from the ruins of an old town, smugglers and low-life criminals would find this secluded area a great place to hide out and hoard their stolen goods, so I'm sure that Junkrat and Roadhog would have a field day. You can find all kinds of stuff here in the environment, including odd fruits and foods, all kinds of weaponry from swords to pistols to old ship cannons. It feels like a dusty and windy place, and perhaps humid and smoldering as well. Various crates, carts, and storage areas are strewn about the landscape, providing cover and line-of-sight issues for would-be attackers. You'll also notice a couple of choke points, creating a great spot to set up a defensive team comp before the start of a match. From the images, we can safely guess that the map would be best suited for an assault point mode, as you can see many spaces set up for team fights, but not a lot of room for payload deployment. The map would also be very interesting for 3v3 or capture the flag as well, but there doesn't seem to be any room for the single focal area of a control game mode. Oh, and the shark filled with treasure is a nice touch and would be an awesome focal point of the room to fight in. Now, Visby is a small island off of mainland Sweden, famous for its preserved medieval architecture and tourist attractions. Henric Montelius brings us this cozy Swedish town into Overwatch, and to be honest, I can't really tell the difference in this fan-made map and the maps already present in the game. It honestly looks like it's Blizzard quality. Everything from the bright color palette to the more curvy game assets, floating cars, industrial smokestacks, and even the textures on the paved roads and buildings look like they were ripped straight out of Jeff Kaplan's hands and thrown right into the map. At first glance, you can easily see that it's a European town with the various architectural cues, street signs, and in small details like the text in the cafe sign. The attention to detail here is fantastic, with trees, foliage, bicycles, food items, even leaves falling to the ground all set the stage for being really immersed in this environment. Henric even went as far to include a winter version of the map as well. This map screams payload or hybrid with its calm, empty streets and long corridors. Cramped quarters and sharp corners are also reminiscent of other hybrid maps like King's Row and Eichenwald. It would be interesting to see perhaps a control point map with the single capture point being inside a factory in the background, or maybe just a single alleyway in the image alongside the factory as a zone for 3v3 combat. Henric was even kind enough to share his workflow with us, showing the textures and items used in creation of the map, as well as the use of the Unreal Engine, letting would-be 3D artists and map designers have a way to build Overwatch-style maps as well, which is really cool, and I think you guys should definitely check it out and give him props at the same time. Now, there are all kinds of awesome creations that the Overwatch community has designed and forged over the past year or so, and we usually like to show off a variety of not only the art in question, but the artists themselves. That being said, Joshua Llorente has created 3 of the most excellent maps we could find, and we just couldn't leave any of them off the list. So check them out. First up is Nepal Village. Now, you're right, there's already a Nepal map in Overwatch, one that's even called Village, but this particular map design takes the idea and runs with it, creating a payload hybrid map. On a snowy mountainside rests the village, and the first thing you get a sense of is cold and chill as the clear, snow-covered environment gives way to the South Asian-inspired architecture. You immediately see the payload that's been placed inside an enclosed courtyard, with the only exit being an open gate leading to more courtyards and open areas. There are several cramped alleyways as well as some angled rooftops that teams attacking the payload could use to get the drop on the escorting team. The detail in the architecture is excellent, with shuttered windows, dark wooden accents, and bricks and stones on the foundation. The wind is blowing through the evergreen trees as snow falls from their branches onto the frozen ground below. The payload's path is narrow and direct, going through what looks like a series of choke points and courtyards, making for some seriously back and forth action that doesn't really lend itself to a single best team comp on one side or the other. Now, it's a very humble but fully fleshed out map that looks like it could be right in line with the game's other payload themed maps. Now, from the cold mountains to the secret valleys, Joshua brings us to the fictional city of Shangri-La. A map inspired by Overwatch and the 1933 novel Lost Horizon by James Hilton, a version of Shangri-La has actually appeared in several other games in various forms, making it a popular fictional destination for players. Contrary to Nepal's relatively straightforward and humble design and atmosphere, Shangri-La is a sprawling, brightly lit, technological utopia that seems well fit for an assault map with multiple points to fight over. What looks to be an Asian-inspired tech architecture and paved streets line the ground while flying cars zip around overhead. Beautification details like fountains, shrubs, and outdoor lighting provide atmosphere, while the setting sun provides an almost calming, late afternoon feel to the sky. You can see several wide open areas that are adjoined by corridors and walkways which support the capture point style gameplay. Interestingly, you may notice a lack of things to take cover behind, similar to maybe King's Row. Several bridges and walkways connect the various buildings and would be great places to ambush or snipe from as well. The map seems to be a direct assault map in pretty much every way, and it looks great to boot. Well done. Now, last on the list is Luxor. The southern Egyptian city was surely inspired by the Temple of Anubis map in Overwatch, also being located in Egypt. This highly detailed map has a ton of personality in a very small area and lends itself to an assault or control map with its multiple entryways and corridors. The lighting on both the daytime and nighttime version really set the tone of this map, and there are so many little details and objects laying around. The area currently in the map seems to be some kind of older or suburban area, and a sprawling metropolis rises in the background as a stark contrast to the much more classic and cultured lower city area. You'll even notice flying cars and traffic in the background swirling around the skyscrapers. Now, there seems to be a sense of verticality in the map, as you can easily see your hero jumping or flying onto the overhangs, rooftops, and tents of the structures, here gaining a vantage point over their enemies. Now, there doesn't seem to be much cover or places to hide here, so you can imagine the action to be non-stop pretty much from start to finish. Now, every single one of these fan-made maps are creative, well-designed, and would almost have no trouble fitting into the Overwatch universe with a bit of tweaking and some added polish to make them masterpieces. Well, alright, that's all I've got for you today in the form of maps, but I seriously love making these kinds of videos where I get to show off what the community creates. So if you guys have made anything, be it a hero skin, be it a new map, a new hero design, or anything like that, feel free to send it to us through email or tweet it at us at Curios Community and at Disciple Games. And we also have a Discord where we really love to see you guys post all of your cool creations. At some point, I would love to have some sort of contest for fan-made creations and designs, and award some kind of prize like Battle.net credit to whoever wins, but I really want to see that the community is interested in creating things, so if you guys can send me what you've made, or show me some other awesome creations that you think deserve to be in videos, then go ahead and contact us on Twitter, or join the Discord and become a part of that conversation, because I really want to make this more of a community-focused channel, where you guys can all contribute, and I can show it off to the whole world. It's really incredible how much talent the Overwatch community has really brought to the scene. Coming from League of Legends, there's obviously so many creative and talented artists, but it feels like the people in Overwatch are just more passionate about it overall. A lot of that's gotta be the Blizzard mentality, where people who play Blizzard games love Blizzard games, and it's just awesome to see you guys at the conventions and everything else. And it really means a lot to me that I can see what you guys do while you guys watch what I do. So send me your work, join in the conversation, and it looks like that's all I've got for you today. If you guys liked the video, then feel free to subscribe for more videos in the future, and I would love it if you guys would drop a like as well. Anyway, I'll see you next time. Peace.